For 2 years, I have been in the portal of motherhood, and it has been the most challenging and the most magnificent experience of my life. For 2 years, and it feels like lifetimes. So today is September 22nd, which is the day that my baby became a human. I don't celebrate birthdays. Birthdays to me eliminate the sovereignty that we came here to remember that we are. For me, to step fully into sovereignty, I have to let go of anything that is from the matrix mindset. The system, the program that tries to keep you mentally attached to them, but also physically, energetically, all of these things. All of the rituals from the matrix, this is my belief, all of the rituals from the matrix are to make you a mortal. Follow me. The truth is we are energy. Energy cannot be born and it cannot be killed. Energy is forever. So essentially, we are immortal. However, every ritual and every celebration and every holiday that the Matrix has is part of the program, part of the grooming to keep us out of our sovereignty. So for me, whenever I left the Matrix and I moved here, my main goal was to enter my sovereignty, the path of complete sovereignty. And whether you want to believe this or not, we were born with a number. We are all just a number in the matrix game. The goal of our purpose coming here from energy in our highest source into this human vessel is to remember that we are not just a number, that we are here participating in a human game that we chose to come into. And the only way that we can graduate from this human game is to elevate all the way through it. And the only way elevation occurs is whenever we completely remove ourselves from the system. My belief, strongly, is that birthdays are a ritual that keep you dying. I will acknowledge my human entrance and how beautiful it is that I chose 1122 and how beautiful it is that my baby chose 922 because numbers matter. But for me to sing the happy birthday song is not going to happen. I will not do that for myself or for anyone because it is a ritual of death to sit a there's a dragonfly right here in front of me. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Oh, that's special. Hello. Hello, friend. To put a sugar-filled, poisonous cake in front of a child with a candle on it, with people in a circle around them, chanting the song that makes you feel older. That is a ritual of death. I stepped into this whenever I first moved here. When I first moved here and it was just me. I was living so high up there, getting just remembrances of all of the things, and I was doing a complete 180 of who I was. I used to live for birthdays, live and breathe birthdays, because I grew up in an abusive home where there were times my parents didn't know what day it was, so they definitely didn't know that it was my birthday. There were times, I found out that there is no Santa because I walked in on my mother doing gifts the night before in a stressful way, and she was writing "Love Santa." I learned about the um, tooth fairy because I was like 8, and I woke up and my tooth was gone, and I went into her dark energy room. And I said, "Mom, Mom, Mom." And she woke up like groggy because they always stayed up late because, well, they did some things. And I was like, "The tooth fairy took my tooth, but didn't leave me any money." And she's like, "Ugh, go to bed. I didn't have any change last night." And I was like, these are the things how I grew up. So for me, it wasn't about rebelling of these things that people enjoy lying to their children about. It's a lie. Instead, I want to be so honest with my child that she doesn't feel like there's these fairy tale things happening, but she knows that there's a lot of magic in this world, and I don't have to lie to her about it for her to believe in it. Do I believe fairies are real? 100%. Do I believe that they take your teeth and pay you for it? No. And I don't believe that a man comes down from a chimney and brings gifts. And I'm not going to tell her that. We're not even going to celebrate Christmas. We're not going to celebrate any of the rituals from the Matrix because those were created for so many dark ways of harnessing energy. And so we do not do birthdays. We do not sing happy birthday. However, whenever I decided I wanted to change how I was showing up for myself on the day that I was born to honor me before I was a mother, I learned that in Rastafarian culture, they say earth strong. That resonates because you're saying happy earth strong to you, meaning, hey, strength to you in earth while you're a human. They get it. They're understanding that you chose to come here. Your soul is a badass because you're taking on the responsibility of being human. Not every soul does this because it is extremely challenging, as y'all know. And so what we are doing today instead is we are going to bury her placenta. And obviously, this means we did a lotus birth because a lotus birth is whenever you leave your child connected to their placenta, their organ. I also feel like the placenta is the luggage that comes with them that carries all of the information. And the reason why the medical system immediately cuts it is because the medical system is part of the system. And they know that if you can remove that lifeline, then the baby is going to forget. The baby is going to have amnesia. But if you can keep them connected until it naturally falls off, which it will, then you're getting the placenta is downloading the child with all of the information, where they came from, what their purpose is, how powerful they are, probably their other parallel lifetimes that they're going to remember, and she's going to be able to explain those to me. She's going to know more about herself energetically, as well as she got the full transmission of everything that the placenta is holding. It is pumping her with blood, with all of these beautiful things. Whenever you cut the placenta or cut the umbilical cord, you remove the full blood exchange that is supposed to be going into your child. And you know what's really corrupt is the medical system has completely removed the father from the experience. The man, the stranger, comes while you're in your stirrups, being told to do whatever you're told to do, push and all of these aggressive things. And then a stranger catches your baby and is like, hey, dad, come and cut the cord. That is so corrupt because what they're doing is saying, hey, dad, come and sever your child's knowings from what they're doing in this human experience. You be the one to do it. Here, cut that. And they make it feel it's a ritual. So it's saying you're the one who's severing this because I'm already taking your role, which means I'm taking the responsibility of being the stranger, the first hands to touch your child. For Corey, my baby's father, his hands were the first to touch his child. And he immediately took her out of me and placed her on my chest where she and I connected. That is how it's supposed to be. Let the father step into that role, but the system severs it by making them cut the cord. It's really messed up. And then they tell you that the placenta and the cord are discard. That's just stuff they're going to throw out. A placenta on the black market can sell for $50,000. An umbilical cord, if it's still beating, it can sell for up to $100,000 because of the stem cells. Then I'll probably have to do a whole other podcast about how the foreskin of a child is removed, and that is also sold because all of these things are stem cells. They go into different medical areas. And then the grossest one is the foreskin is most often used in skincare. So be mindful of that. So for us not celebrating birthdays, here's what I have done to honor people in the way that I feel that they deserve because your soul chose to come here. Your soul chose to come here and face all of the obstacles that will come with being a human. And so I do an earth strong. And what I have done, and I won't do this with my baby because she's not going to understand it yet. But instead of giving them a candle that they're going to blow out, I give them a candle and I ask people to go find a space, often with psilocybin, go find a space and meditate and receive information and let what's coming, what you're remembering, what your cells are reminding you of, what's coming through, come up within you, because on your day of birth, your earth strong is whenever we are the most connected to our origin, because we are there's a straight portal that is sharing information with us. This is another reason why they make birthdays so external. You have a big party, you buy all the gifts, you get all of the poison food, the candy, the cake, you have all of these people there chanting. It's just a bunch of chaos and it's all externalized because on that day, you have the closest connection with your origin. That means on the return of that day, you can receive so much information and not receive it externally, you receive it inside. It's another day for all of your truths to rise. But if you are busy doing all of this external stuff, you're not going to get that information. You're not going to hear it because you're not going to hear the soft voice. So what I do for people, what I do for myself, is I get a little bit of mushrooms, I go sit in nature, and I receive the information that is my cells telling me all of the things. This is what I'm doing here. This is my purpose. This is what I can continue to pour into myself. And then using that candle to transmute the fire, to transmute all of the stuff that we don't want to carry with us into our next timeline, into our next year, if we want to be, talk about linear time, which let's move into that. Linear time is something I do not resonate with. Linear time is another way to keep us in the time construct. We live in cycles. This experience is cycles. It's all cyclical like this. There's no straight line. There is no past life and there's no future life. There are present moments and then parallel realities. So other lifetimes that you've been in, they're all like this next to us until you give them a voice and dissolve them. And so there are many lifetimes always influencing this current reality. This is why linear time is such a construct. And for me, whenever I said, okay, I'm going to rise into my highest timeline, I'm going to enter my purpose so fully that I cannot be suppressed by linear time. There's no past, there's no future. There is only the present moment. And so I have to continue to, navigate the linear time schedules to operate with other people who are still, to connect and all of that. My ultimate goal is to be up here on this farm and not have a clue what day it is. And people will say to me, well, what about, gifts? And that's just so cruel that you're not going to honor your daughter. Every single day of her life, we honor her. Every single day of her life, we gift her our presence. She has two parents who are fully present with her. Her father and I live in my house, he lives in his house. We are neighbors. She can wake up, go to the front porch and yell, Dada, and he arrives. This child she is not part of the system. She is not operating under the construct of separation, for one, but also every single moment of her life, she is being honored because there is someone present with her at all times. So let's go into a little bit of linear time. Linear time also is such a trap because whenever we are experiencing linear time and we are thinking past and future, and people are like, well, in a past life, I was this, this, this. No, you are still that right now happening in this present moment. It's just in a different reality from this one. But if you believe in that past life, da 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 da, it is influencing this life. So our responsibility, which is not taught to us, is to tap into those influences, tap into the voice. And the way to do that is if you are navigating a situation and you hear or you feel the opposition coming from a voice inside of you that's telling you like, but remember last time you did that, she hurt you. And so if you make the same decision that you're going to get hurt again, that is a parallel reality that is influencing your present moment. That parallel reality has a voice that needs to be heard. So instead of going, no, rah, 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 I'm going to shoo that away, or caving to it and going, you're right, I need to suppress this. I need to not act this way because then I might be hurt. Instead, listen to her. What is she saying? Give her a voice so that you can free her from that timeline, collapse that timeline that's influencing you and influencing your behaviors and patterns, and then remove that from this current reality so that you can be fully present. It's the linear time that takes us out of present moment. Linear time removes us from being present because as soon as you go, well, last time this happened, this is anxiety. This is anxiety about what has already occurred and what is going to occur from it. Instead of being present in this moment, you can make a choice that's different than you've ever made. But if you're thinking, if I make this choice right now, it's going to affect me in the future, that doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist. There is no future and there is no past. It is this only this present moment. And every time you allow linear time to move you around based on this idea of past and present or past and future, you're making choices out of anxiety or fear. And these are all very low vibrational. So instead of doing that, pause, be in the present moment and go, in this moment, what feels good for me? And the more we can do that, the more we can collapse the construct that linear time has on us. And of course, if you are in a regular job, this is going to be more challenging. But don't push it away. Instead, lean into it. Why are you still operating in the linear time? Why are you still operating in a job where you have to clock in and someone rules you? I mean, this is a whole other topic, so we're not going to even go into that. You can still remove yourself from the linear time construct and be in the present moment, even if you're in a 9-to-5 job where your lunch happens at 12 and you go back to work at 1 and you have to be there at 8 and you can leave at 5. You can still be in a present energy and have the knowledge of exactly what I'm saying and be under this pressure without it ruling you. But you have to be you have to be fine tuning your ability to be present. That means as soon as you get home, it's not, I only have a few hours. You have to be present and setting. Don't go, I only have a few hours before I have to go to bed. And if I don't get this and this and this done before 9 when I want to go to sleep, and then I'm only going to get 6 hours of sleep if I do it like this, you will then continue cycling in this construct. This construct keeps you from being present. It keeps you from seeing the magic in every present moment. When we are thinking about the future or past, we won't see the dragonflies that come in front of us. They'll annoy us instead of bring us messages of the ethers. We won't see the lizards. We won't see the birds. We won't see the bugs because you're not here in this moment. And those little messengers carry information. And of course, obviously, then if I don't participate in linear time, then I also do not participate in astrology. And I'll save that for the next podcast.